I'm Daniel, the past life regressionist, and it's time to begin.
Lift off and the clock has started.
This is Timeless Spirituality. Enjoy each and every time.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, I am very excited to welcome back Tylynn Mackenzie for her second appearance on the show. And today's episode really stems from a fluke, I guess you could say, because our original plan was to record an astrology episode about the planet Jupiter. But for the technical side of things, I have about half a dozen astrology episodes already recorded, yet I'm still just trying to figure out how I want to incorporate them into the show. So at the time, I said to Tylynn, hey, let's pick something else. Let's do a different topic as I kind of sort all this out. And she had said to me, hey, let's have a conversation about my fears around becoming a practitioner of past life regression hypnosis. And when I say my, I mean Tylynn. So I thought it was a great idea. So that's where the topic of conversation basically stemmed from, was Tylynn and just her openness and willingness to be open and vulnerable. So that she was in this episode, I will say that. It took a really cool turn that I wasn't expecting, and I have so much respect for Tylynn and just how open and vulnerable she was. And Tylynn, you rock. So thank you for coming on the show again. And for everyone out there, if you would like to book a regression with me to discover who, when, and where you have been throughout time, you can reach me on Instagram at The Past Life Regressionist or my website, thepastliferegressionist.com. So now, enjoy episode number 15, Past Life Trauma, Present Day Fears. Tylynn, welcome back to Timeless Spirituality.
So happy to be here.
Hey, happy to have you back.
Yeah.
Before we jump into who Tylynn is, my first question for you is, what is your favorite song about time and why?
My favorite song in the entire universe is Bonfire by Third Eye Blind. My favorite line is, if nothing else, I am myself. That's all I have to give. We could live like kings if we took a risk, or we could live in doubt. Everything's changing now. Yeah, I feel like that song, it's impacted me throughout my life. And I always play it when I just feel like I need to surrender into the present. And also when I feel like I need to just be held in the moment of, this is everything right now. Like, this is everything I need right now. And yeah, that song, it reflects the way that time is always changing.
So is it sort of about being present in the moment?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. It's also about sort of feeling like your essence is scattered all over the place in pieces. And you have to trust that everything is always going to change. Impermanence is the only constant. And within that time, it's important to be able to take the risks that you feel, that deep longing and urge from your soul, because that's all you have in the present moment, is to act on those impulses and desires and to be your best self.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. Thank you. So who is Tylynn? I mean, you've been on the show before, but just for a brief refresher for everyone, who is Tylynn?
Hi, everyone. I am on a mission to continue building deeper and deeper trust with my own soul and assisting my fellow humans in the same process through so many healing modalities. So massage therapy was the catalyst for my journey. And then from there, I became a Reiki master. I studied shamanism, I am an astrologer now, and recently I became an Akashic Records reader. So I blend all of these modalities together to assist myself and my fellow humans into building deeper and deeper trust with their own soul. I also have a podcast too called Change for the Zest. And we have a Patreon with our Zest friends. And every month I offer monthly tarot readings, which I love working with the tarot as a mirror for the soul. I'm a cat mom. I love my cat Cowboy. And I love yoga. I love yoga. It's so peaceful. I love to meditate. I love to do shamanic journeys. Yeah, that's about it.
I love frozen yogurt.
Me too. Oh, I love when you can like put everything you want in it. I love the fruity kinds.
Yeah, I don't really put fruit in my yogurt, but that's okay. We all have our own flavor, right?
Do you like the chocolate ones or the pistachio? No? You don't like chocolate?
If it's milk chocolate.
Dark chocolate is where it's at.
Ew.
Milk chocolate's too sweet.
Uh,
Isn't that funny? We all have our own unique preferences.
yeah. Look, I used to work at a pizza place. I mean, this was at this point 16 years ago. That was even longer. It was 17 years ago. I mean, I guess who's counting, but time is my thing. Anyways, it always fascinated me when there would be a sardine request or anchovy, or they're the same thing.
I thought you were going to say pineapple, and I was like, do not hate on pineapples on
pizza.
That
was a very frequent topping. And I didn't mind the pineapples because, I mean, I'm really reluctant and sorry to say that we didn't wear gloves at the time. I was always washing my hands. It's disgusting to think about. I wish they would have sprang, the $3 a box or whatever it would have been to give us some disposable gloves. I mean, for everyone else's own good and our own, because my hands always smelled like onions at the end of the night. It was always hard to get that out. The pineapple smell didn't really bother me, but the onions did. And, oh yeah, we're talking about everyone having their own taste or whatever. But yeah, we get that anchovy request, and we'd have to go into the refrigerator and get a can of anchovies and put them on. I'm like, ugh. But to each his own. I've learned that in the subsequent years since then. I thought it was absurd then. But now I understand that everyone's got their own taste. Okay, so you guys have learned a little something about me. I used to work at a pizza place when I was 19 years old.
That's so wild, because I did too, Daniel. That was my first job at 19. I worked at a resort with Pizza Hut, and I also did their hostessing for the restaurant.
Anyways, so today we're here to talk about becoming a practitioner of past life regression. So when I met Tylynn back in, I believe it was September of 2020, she'd expressed to me at the time that she was interested in becoming a practitioner potentially. And I encouraged it. I thought it'd be really cool. I thought that she would make a great practitioner. And here I am again, a little over a year and a half later, encouraging her some more to now become a practitioner. So Tylynn, what are your hesitations with becoming a practitioner right now?
Ooh, I feel the resistance because I view hypnosis and hypnotherapy with such a high reverence, because I see it as a deep responsibility to take your clients into the subconscious and heal these patterns. You can come out of a hypnosis session and your life be totally changed for the better a lot of times, but I see it as such a responsibility. And I think a part of that for me is Saturn. I have Saturn in Aquarius at 27 degrees, conjunct Pallas Athene, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, who has associations with creative intelligence and visualization, which is all hypnosis stuff. So I felt this call to do hypnosis, since I was a teenager, and I feel it so strongly within my being that it's a part of my journey, but yet I still feel so much resistance to actually do it because I'm fearful of the responsibility, the commitment to it. Am I making sense?
Totally. And just one thing that I want to clarify right now for everyone listening is I'm not a hypnotherapist. I'm just a past life regressionist, which does utilize hypnosis. So I just want to make that clear to everyone that I mean, yes, they do go hand in hand in certain respects, but I don't want anyone to think that I'm a hypnotherapist, at least not yet. I may become one day. But I think it's interesting what you brought up, because I definitely understand that feeling of responsibility, because I remember the first couple times that I did a regression for someone, it felt very uncomfortable because there was a feeling of having control over someone. But then it took me a while to understand or really see that I have no control over this person, because this person is still fully in control of their experience, and they have the ability to take themselves out at any point. They don't need me to do that. Yes, I still go through the process of bringing them out at the end of a session, but they can end it whenever they want. But what I find interesting is that, you do mention the responsibility aspect of it. The way that I see it is I feel that as an Akashic Records reader, you have so much more responsibility than I do because they have to take your word for it. Whereas when I'm doing a session for someone, I have to take their word for it because they're relaying their experience to me. So at no point am I saying, this is what you were, this is what you did. My client is telling me that. So that's why I feel that it's almost paradoxical with the responsibility aspect, because there's so much weight that's placed upon your words and the message that you deliver for someone. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that part?
That's so funny because Daniel and I were talking before we started recording, and I said that opening the Akashic Records feels like a baby step for me toward practicing hypnosis techniques. So I think that...
What, can I jump in really quick?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more than just the Akashic Records. I think that there's more responsibility placed upon you for doing an astrology reading, for doing a shamanic journey for someone.
See, that feels organic to me, though. It feels so natural. Like when I open the Akashic Records, to me, it always looks like this huge light book, like bigger than my body, this huge light book. And it's just opening and flipping to whatever page. And then whatever message wants to come out does. And then when they're ready to ask their questions, the answers just, they flow through. And I just have so much trust for whatever is coming through that it just feels so natural. Whereas hypnosis to me feels a little scary because it doesn't feel natural.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally see where you're coming from. And what would... I think concern is the wrong word for me to use. What would make me weary of being in your position is even if the information is flowing through you, you're responsible for delivering the information, but it's still your client's responsibility how they want to work with that information. You have no control over how they work with that information. You could deliver the most perfect, crystal clear message to them, and they could take it and run in a completely different direction and make bad choices off of the good information that you gave them. And then they may be in a position where they may want to blame you for it because, well, Tylynn told me this, Tylynn told me that. If anyone wants to come back at me with that, say, I didn't tell you anything. Everything came out of your mouth. Like, if you want to shoot the messenger, go look in the mirror. Of course, I would never say it that way to them. You know what I mean with that? How the responsibility is shifted away from me and onto them in the message that they deliver to themselves because they are experiencing everything for themselves.
Well, geez, when you put it that way, what am I afraid of? Like, what is this pressure I feel?
Let me ask you this. When you did your session with me, did you ever feel out of control?
No, not once. I mean, I felt the pain of what it was like to be in the body I was in, but you gently guided me back out of it. Mm-hmm. And that was the only time when it felt like a lot. Yeah.
And you also only experienced that because you allowed that to happen.
I was ready. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So when that happens during a session, that's an indication to me that, just like you said, you were ready for it and you were allowing it to happen. I don't even need to hear you say the words, I'm allowing this to happen, because on that deeper subconscious or superconscious level, it's coming through because you're allowing it. So those are the kind of indications that I look for. Mm-hmm. And then it's just a matter of being there with you, even though still it's your experience, but being like your cheerleader and then helping you navigate while you're in there, because you still you could have taken yourself out of that if you wanted to. That's how much control you have over the situation when you are going through your own regression. So once I understood that before I even did my first regression as a practitioner, because that's the way we were taught. But then it still took me, like I said, a couple sessions for me to fully understand it and fathom how that was possible, because I started to see the way that people handled it differently. And I really understood this is all about them. This isn't about me. I mean, still, I need to handle this with the utmost of integrity and responsibility. So it would make me much more nervous to do a reading for someone because they need to take my word for it. That's why I'm like, no, I'd rather be the guy who's just facilitating a space where they can come to their own conclusions and have their own experience and receive their own information.
That mindset, it's the same for me though. Like going into astrology readings or Akashic record readings, like I put myself in a meditative place where I am not attached to anything coming through. I have no judgment over it. And in that I can be a clear channel because it is all about them. Whatever's coming through is all about them. And same with astrology. I love to read the chart from a place of empowerment so they can make their own choices for the way they want to integrate the information.
I guess an example I can give you is, I frequently have readings, astrological readings with different practitioners. And every practitioner has their own way of delivering information. Some of these practitioners I've met before, and some of them I'm meeting for the very first time and interacting with them for the very first time. I have an upcoming transit that, for everyone listening, it's Uranus conjunct my sun. Now, on a very basic level, that is terrifying for a Taurus because Uranus comes in and shakes everything up in sudden and unexpected ways. And Taurus doesn't like change. Taurus doesn't like change at all. So, you're going to come shake up my comfortability? Oh my God, no. That's not good. Oh, that's like the worst thing you can tell me. Now, I bring this up because in these readings, I've had that message delivered to me multiple times in multiple different ways, depending on who the practitioner is. Some of them have gone about it completely in the wrong way. Completely the wrong way, which kind of boggles my mind because they see my chart. They should know how to talk to someone with a chart like mine. They should know better. They should know not to say to me, you're going to experience a lot of loss. There are other ways of phrasing it. So fortunately, since I have a deeper understanding of astrology, and that after getting a reading such as that, I can turn to one of my other astrologer friends and say, hey, what's your take on this? And so I'm able to be put at ease and even put myself at ease after the fact because I'm surrounded by this, so I understand that more. But receiving information like that in the way that it was put to me could have really been detrimental. And that's on the astrologer. That's on the reader. Because, look, still, everyone has their own way of doing things. And yes, I know astrology, but I don't do astrology readings. I will look at little parts for people and maybe give them a little bit of my understanding of it. But the way I would have handled that situation would have been to say, you're going to have an opportunity for a lot of growth.
Yes.
And I can, as the recipient of that message, I can choose how I want to work with that information. But I feel that there's so much more responsibility placed upon the astrologer because they are delivering the message. And it was more than one astrologer that I got that interpretation from, or that message, the way that it was delivered about loss. But it's still up to them how they deliver the message. And I could just imagine if that was delivered to someone, I'm not going to name any placements right now, but we'll just say another earth sign. I can think you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where they could have woken up the next morning, pulled their hair out
Yeah.
after getting a message like that. So that's something I feel that there's so much more responsibility placed upon someone who is a reader as opposed to a practitioner of past life regression in that respect when it comes to that. But still, I am responsible for facilitating a healthy and safe environment.
Yeah.
So here's what's interesting right now. I feel in an analytical and intellectual sense, you totally understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
So my question for you is, on a deeper level, where's the discomfort coming into play for you?
See, that's the inner battle. The inner battle I've been facing with for so many years now. Like, what is this deep resistance? Maybe it was a past life thing. Maybe
naturally that was what I was thinking. But
I
sorry,
know.
go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Maybe we should we should see what's happening there, because maybe I suffered like more persecution for doing this work in the past. I don't know. I really don't know. And that's why I thought it would be so fun to have this conversation and just to see what comes up. And for anyone listening, if they feel the same way, to have a place where they can just listen and hear us talk it out.
So also for everyone listening, you guys are going to think I'm a huge asshole for what I'm about to do. But just know I'm only going to do this because I believe in Tylynn and I believe in her ability to get to the bottom of this issue, and that I believe that she has the potential to be a great practitioner for past life regression. So with that said, we both know that you can tap in and figure this out. You don't need me to do it.
Yeah, I actually, as you were sharing your experience, it is lessening some of these fears to hear it from your side. And I'm also thinking of how can I combine some of these modalities too, where like I lead them into hypnosis, but also open the records and see if I can experience what they're also telling me in the records.
That's putting a lot on your plate. Can it be done? Yeah, I totally think it could be done. But hey, let's do it. Let's tap in right now. Just take a moment. I know you can do it. I believe in you.
I feel when I tap into this, like my heart like starts to beat like way faster. Yeah, I definitely feel like there was something in a past life that is putting this resistance wall over this work for me now in this life. But what I immediately felt was a client being on a massage table, and going through each of the body parts and the relationship to the zodiacal signs. Every sign of the body, every zodiac sign has a place of the body that it rules. And I just kind of felt like going through every body part and their natal chart next to it, and tapping into, like in a hypnosis state, like the trauma that was held in each body part. And like I could feel when I tapped into that, like the client melting more and more into the table just in that quick second. I'm going to have to go deeper into this, but I feel like, yeah, there was something bad that happened in a past life. How do we heal these fears, Daniel? These deep past life memories of suffering or being persecuted, especially for all of the listeners out there who have also had past lives like working in magical fields and times where it wasn't acceptable.
I think the first step is to find the courage to understand the source of it. And then the second part is, once you've uncovered whatever that information is, to acknowledge it and then to release it. So here's my challenge for you right now. I know you can do this. I want you to just take a couple minutes to tap in. And for everyone listening right now, what's actually happening is going to be a little longer than the space that you're going to hear, because I'm going to condense the silence.
Okay, good.
Then once you come up with it, I'll help you release it.
Okay. And when I tapped in, like I felt my heart beating so fast, like it almost felt like it was going to like pop out of my chest. Like someone wanted to like pull it out of my chest.
The first thing I want you to do though, is I want you to just go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to visualize a pyramid of bright white light. I want you to go ahead and put yourself in that pyramid. And that pyramid is going to serve as your protection. Nothing can harm you as long as you're in that pyramid of white light, of bright white light. And I'm right here with you too.
Oh, okay. Getting emotional.
I'm right here with you.
I had a client die on my table because they had a child die. And I was doing what I was speaking to around going through the body and healing their relationship to their natal chart through each of the body parts.
And this was in the past life, correct?
Yeah. My highest self took me to where we always go so I could feel safe, like seeing the memory. So we were on the sand by the ocean and the forest was nearby. And that's where the table was, on the sand. And when I got to the heart for the healing there, the client's heart stopped beating in the hypnosis state.
If you're okay with it, I'd like you to go back there again. It's time to let this go. Are you ready? I'm right here with you. Let me know when you're there.
I'm there.
Okay. First thing I want you to do, what is it you would like to say to her?
It was a man.
Well, this is how a regression works different because you're relaying the information to me all at the same time. Anyways, okay, so the man. Sorry.
It's okay.
Let's go ahead and tap back in there. All right, and let me know when you see him.
Okay.
What is it you'd like to say to him?
I don't even have words to display my deepest apologies. This memory, it feels so old. Like it feels ancient, like Lemurian Atlantis times. And so I feel myself in that lifetime, like I have the understanding of time and we all have our time to go. But like I still feel responsible because I took him into that trance state to do this healing and his heart couldn't take the healing. So it just stopped beating.
Well, now I'd like you to look at him, and his soul is going to be there. So now I'd like you to ask him if he has any messages for you.
Oh. He showed me that he got to be with his daughter.
How does it make you feel to receive that message from him?
He doesn't hold anything against me. It still makes me feel emotional.
So here's what I'd like you to do now. I'd like you to see yourself holding a piece of parchment paper. And the parchment paper will be in the foreground. And he'll be in the background. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, while holding that paper, I'd like you to repeat after me. I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I release you.
I release you.
And I let you go.
And I let you go.
Now I want you to see yourself ripping up that paper, throwing it into the sky, and let the wind carry it away. Now I want you to take a deep breath in and sigh it out. How do you feel now?
I see myself in that life. She has all of these like bells all around her arms, like she moves and the bells shake. And I just see her like shaking, almost like the energy field outside of her, like shaking it all off to clear the space.
So she's doing well now.
Yeah. Wow.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that vulnerability.
Daniel, you put me in my feels always.
Oops.
Wow.
So you ready to become a practitioner now?
I honestly have always felt like it's not about me. Like me doing this work, even the work I do now, like it's not about me. It's about all of the people that I assist, and then that lights something up in them, and then they help all of the people around them. And it's just this chain reaction.
Well, good. They've been waiting thousands of years for you to release that.
I know. Yeah. Wow.
How are you doing?
I feel emotional still. Like listeners can probably hear that in my voice. Yeah.
Like a good emotional.
Yeah, like a deep release. It makes so much sense why if like I always have known like this is a part of my path, but the deep resistance towards it.
Okay, so for everyone listening, when you decide to book a session with Tylynn for past life regression, just make sure to mention to her that you heard her on my podcast, just so I have bragging rights there.
Yeah.
And the other part of it is people often ask me, hey, Daniel, do you see things too? During regression, are you able to see what I'm seeing? Well, Tylynn is.
Yeah, just I think that would be a really cool experience to have the records open at the same time the client is in that hypnosis state.
I agree with you because I think it will make you a more effective practitioner because you'll have the visuals to know how to help them navigate on an even deeper level, because I can only help them navigate off of what they're relaying to me. I'm constructing the scene based off of what they're saying to me. That's how the picture is painted for me. Whereas if you can see it, you're already there. So it's like you have that leg up on me. You don't have to wait for them to always tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You can just be like, oh, I'm seeing this. Let's go left or go right. That was a very simplified way of me putting it, but I think you know what I mean with that one.
I think a lot of my prior resistance to this work too is how open your throat chakra needs to be. It is a requirement to do this work, to have this wide open throat chakra. And that's why I think I'm saying that the Akashic records feel like a baby step for me, because I finally feel the trust and the openness of my own throat chakra to be able to clearly communicate these messages. And I feel like it's the same for hypnosis techniques. You really need to be able to feel confident and strong in the throat chakra. And it's taken me years. I mean, you guys can go back, listen to the first episode of my podcast. You will hear the shakiness in my voice. Like I was not comfortable communicating or being on a microphone and speaking. Because like with massage, I hardly am talking, right? Like it's a silent experience. So you can relax, because if my client is talking during a massage, their muscles are not relaxed, right? So I think I got like used to that pattern, and I had to shake it up to be where I am today, to feel that level of comfortability.
So how you feeling now?
I feel pretty good. I feel like this is just a part of my Saturn return, and it's best that I embrace it instead of fight it.
Any final thoughts for everyone?
I would say that if you feel this same urge and longing to do this kind of healing work or any kind of healing work with any of the modalities that we've talked about today, but you feel a fear or a resistance, book a session with Daniel so he can walk you through where that fear is, because you really do have such a gift, Daniel, of holding such a safe and nurturing space for that emotional release to occur, because that actually lets it out of the body, and you have the awareness of why that resistance was there in the first place, which is, you guys all just heard it just now. So I think it's of high importance though, because we need more healers on the planet. We really need more healers. And I just imagine that world where everyone is receiving, yes, therapeutic touch, but also these forms of more esoteric healing, the hypnosis, the astrology, the Akashic records. I just envision that world where people get to experience these healings for themselves at least once a month. And we need more healers on the planet to make that vision possible. So trust in those longings and in those urges and fight through the resistance. And I know it's difficult. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, but you're needed. Your unique talents and skills are needed.
I'll second that. Yeah, we need more past life regressionists and more energy workers and healers. So oversaturate the market. The more there are, the better. So, and just
It's so true.
Thank you for what you said. It's really nice to hear it. So just thank you. I really appreciate that. And thank you for having the courage to do this in front of an audience, because I'm sure that wasn't easy. And I have nothing but respect for you aside from doing that. But I have tremendous respect for you having the courage to be that vulnerable. So thank you so much. And thank you for being a friend.
Oh, thank you, Daniel. I'm so happy that our souls reconnected again in this life.
If you guys want to hear that story, go check out episode number 3, Tipping the Karmic Scales, because we talk about the water fairies, among other things.
We have some other past lives, though.
Oh, of course.
Like,
come on. Of course we do.
Some other stuff, yeah.
See, what's funny is I know other things that I haven't shared with you. So.
Oh my gosh, you can't just leave me at like that. What?
Sure I can.
What? No.
Sure I can.
When can I know? Can I have a timeline?
Yeah, just go tap in. You'll figure it out.
Oh, geez.
You don't need me. So, with that said, where can everyone find you?
So you can go to my website, rebuildsoultrust.com. You can find Change for the Zest on Apple, Spotify. You can find all of my links on my Instagram at Tylynn Mackenzie. You can also find my TikTok at Tylynn Mackenzie as well. And yeah, if you enjoy our content, we're really looking to grow a Zesty community. And you receive these monthly tarot guidance through audio clips. And it's just so fun. I love the community that we built so far. And I'm looking forward in this year of 2022 to continue cultivating more community.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and Change for the Zest. Yay!
Yeah, zest it.
Fellow time travelers, your journey through time awaits you. Just want to thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. And if you're interested in discovering who, when, and where you have been throughout time, and you'd like to book a session with me, just go ahead and send me a message on Instagram at The Past Life Regressionist, or you can reach me through my website, yourpastliferegressionist.com.